Welcome back to part 2, guys. So this has day 4 and 5 in it, and the start of the eventing clinic we were in. But to start off, we actually got to go to the beach this day and do a little bit of exploring. Saw some starfish, and then we had a light ride just because the week had been rather heavy. So we did flat for the first half and then jumping just for the second half. So even from the last video to this one, you'll notice that she's much more relaxed. She doesn't buck at all as compared to the first 2 days when there was quite a bit of bucking. This one we had trouble with at the start. She tried to bounce that last one instead of a one stride. So I had to work on slowing her down and managing her canter, sitting up, making sure that she does not speed up. So I had to ride quite, not aggressively, but just to the point where she could get the message that she was not allowed to race through there and halt. So then our final one went much better, and then we just left it there. So basically just support, don't allow her to go too fast, and yeah, so from start to end, much better. Day 5, so that was a terrible picture, but I had to take Bubbly for a walk at the start because all of her friends were leaving. She likes to run around like a psycho. It's a beautiful morning though. So this is the eventing clinic. So we actually rode with a clinician and she was amazing. So she's the best clinician, one of the best clinicians we have ever ridden with, but this was the little warm-up exercise that she did and it was so beneficial. So I put a decent amount of this in. So we had to show a few, well, Bubbles is still pretty, the environment had changed quite a bit because there was a lot of horse trailers and people everywhere, so she was a bit more high-strung, obviously coming back to this arena. But the clinician wanted us to work on straightness and then the circles, getting bend and slowing my post down to control her speed rather than just try to go to the reins. So straightness and then get the bend. So whole thing was like controlling her pace by controlling my post, and that's kind of what we kept coming back to the whole day, and it was really, really good for Bubbly. I feel like she's very great, this clinician, at working with high-strung horses. So yeah, that was basically what we did. We would slow her post and then allow her to bend and put my inside leg on and really accept it, which sometimes I was scared to put my leg on because she is quite a firecracker. So everything was just coming from my post and slowing my post and asking for the bend. And yeah, she, as you can see, she is starting to settle here now and actually listen. And even though she's looking around still a lot, she really came through by the end of this. And oh, there's actually a deer behind the jump. I don't know if you can see that. So, yeah, that was a little bit, she actually didn't freak out at that, but that was a little bit interesting. And then we did the same thing, but we brought in canter. So Bubbly's transitions into canter can be explosive when she's in the mindset that she was in that day. So yeah, we just worked on controlling the canter as well, like with my seat, and yeah, that was a nice flying change, even though she picked it up wrong. But that's okay. And yeah, so it was just, this was a really, really, really great exercise to settle Bubbly down. I've actually used it since then. It just keeps their mind working, and it's a simple exercise, but you can add a lot of cues, and that was a much better transition that time around. So yeah, she actually worked with us on this for quite a while, and it just settled her like right down, like obviously you'll see when the jumping comes in a second here that she still rushes a bit, but we always come back to these principles that we went through in our warm-up to kind of settle her down and just make sure that she could take the appropriate amount of energy to the fences instead of the exuberant energy that she has taken before. And you'll see it in the clips here. Yeah, so eventually we do get that right canter lead more often. I didn't put it all in, so I think it clips away here, but I loved this exercise, so I just wanted to share it with you guys. And maybe you can use it too if you have a horse that is quite high-strung like Bubbly is. So this was now the jumping started, and so the whole thing was you have to be able to put your leg on to get them to go forward, so you can then ask them to slow down before the jump. So I've always been a rider who is scared to put my leg on on Bubbly anyways, not all horses, just because she is a firecracker. But yeah, no, it was really cool. By the end of this, she is much more relaxed and calm, and she's actually listening to my post, and that's basically just what we do here. We making a really big post and slowing down the trot, and then asking her to go forward, and then slowing down the post as we went to the fence. And yeah, she responded really well to it. So I was very happy with everything that we learned here. So here, I actually had thought I was going forward, but as you can see, I actually wasn't that forward, so she did make me circle so that I could go forward, slow down, and then go forward, and then slow down right before the jump. So yeah, it was definitely a learning curve. And then we were allowed to go to the second jump. And then, yeah, so you can see she's still a bit rushy, but then we circle, bring her back to trot, slowing down my post, getting her to relax and slow down. Then we go forward. So that was basically the whole thing, is like me learning that I had to put my leg on in order to be able to get the steady and get this, calm, controlled before the jump. And then this one's pretty good, I think. Yeah, we just jumped the whole thing. So we're getting better, but still not perfect. And then we circle, bring it back, and we do that again in trot, just to make, sure that she can do it correctly the next time. But basically here we're going forward, slowing down. So it was great because after this clinic, I really was able to learn with Bubbly that yes, I could put my leg on, and she was going to not lose her marbles, and it actually really helps with balance, especially around corners in cross country, which we did a lot in the next day of the clinic.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight.
By the end, we were still a little bit rushy, but it was so much better, especially than it had been at the beginning or even at the start of the week. So yeah, it was really cool. Implementing all of her methods were very helpful and felt great to have that control and be able to put my leg on all the things that you actually need in riding that I was not doing.
There she is, see? Supper time. The nummies. That nummy supper hurts your nose. Oh yeah.
And that is the end of day 5 and day 1 of our eventing clinic. So day 6 and 7 or 8, whichever, I think she had a day off in there, are cross-country schooling sessions. So tune back in if you want to see that. Thanks for watching, guys, and like and subscribe if you are enjoying the videos and would like to see more. We would really appreciate it. Thanks.